Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to call the Common Council to order. I will ask our clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Sure. Alderman Barzak.
Here.
Shaplesky.
Here.
Haas.
Here.
Lasik.
Here.
May.
Here.
Probst.
Here.
Reinke.
Here.
Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
We have a quorum. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led this evening by Alderperson Reinke.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving to item D. We have no public hearing, so we will go right to item E, which is citizen participation, which is the opportunity for residents to address the council on matters of interest to them. We ask that you keep your comments to approximately 5 minutes, and we aim to keep this portion of our agendas to 30 minutes. If you do wish to address the council, please use the podium, which is much closer to Alderman Vitale than it usually is, but he does not bite. So give us your name and address for our official record. Is there anybody that wishes to address the council under citizen participation this evening?
Hello, my name is Tracy Stefanski and I live at 1982 South 75th Street. And I'm here to address Mayor Devine and the Common Council regarding the alderperson vacancy in the 2nd District with the resignation of Alderperson Kathy Probst. First and foremost, I would like to thank Alderperson Probst for all of her hard work and dedication to the City of West Allis during her time representing all of us residents of the 2nd District, along with Alderperson Weigel. You will be greatly missed, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. As a resident of the 2nd District and a former candidate for alderperson in the 2016 election, I am requesting to be appointed by the Common Council to the position of alderperson for the 2nd District alongside Alderperson Weigel. Whether I am appointed for the remainder of Alderperson Probst's term or I am appointed until a special election is held, I feel the 2nd District should never be underrepresented. In the 2016 election, I only lost to Alderperson Weigel by 145 votes, and I feel due to that I would be a very viable choice to continue representing the 2nd District in Alderperson Probst's seat. In being appointed by the Common Council before the next Common Council meeting, there would never be any lapse of dual representation of the 2nd District. No district in the city should be underrepresented at any time if there are people willing to step up and represent the fine citizens in their representative districts. According to Municipal Code Chapter 2, City Government Code 2.05 Vacancies, Ordinance O-2013-0045, last revised on 11/5 of 2013. 1B is to be filled as follows. The office of Alderman by the Common Council, except as provided in Section 9.10 of the Wisconsin statutes. This means that the position is filled by the Common Council unless there is a recall, which Section 9.10 of the Wisconsin State Statutes pertains to. Thank you all for your consideration of this appointment, and thank you one last time to Alderperson Probst for being an amazing representative to the 2nd District and to the City of West Allis. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will close citizen participation. We will move to item F, which is the room numbers and the announcement of our standing committees. They will be meeting during recess. The room numbers are listed on your agendas on page 1. Moving on to item G, the mayor's report. Got 2 quick things this evening. One of our community organizations, Community Alliance Against Drugs, is now accepting applications for their annual scholarship. It is awarded to high school seniors residing in West Allis or West Milwaukee who will be graduating this year. There is a lot more detail on our city's website, but I can tell you that they do focus on achievements of students as well as the students that are pursuing a career in the following fields, which are education, health, public service, or safety. And the next thing I want to just mention is on May 5th, as most of you know, the West Allis Christmas Parade is funded entirely by donations and sponsorships and fundraising. It's a committee, it's not a city function. and they host a bowling fundraiser on May 5th. They host it every year. This year it's on May 5th at Riviera Lanes on 86th and Greenfield. There is also information on the city's Facebook page and social media outlets and website on that one. You can put a team together. They have a dinner, they have an auction, and it's a nice event that helps support the continuity of the Christmas parade. That concludes the mayor's report this evening. Do we have any reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Weigel?
I would just like to remind everybody that although a two-block portion of downtown West Allis is closed due to emergency construction connected to our underground infrastructure, the businesses do remain open. I would encourage everybody, honestly, I've been going over to Aggie's or Urban Joe's every day to buy a cup of coffee. I can tell you Greenfield Avenue is pretty quiet right now with the detour that's going on with this construction. All the businesses are open. Greenfield is open from 76th to 74th and from 70th to 72nd Street. The parking lots in the rear are all still open. It's just a two-block middle section that is closed to cars only, but the businesses do remain open, and I encourage you to come and spend some money in downtown West Allis. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderperson Probst?
I would like to piggyback on what Alderman Weigel said about Greenfield Avenue, but dovetail that to National Avenue. As we begin to head into the construction of that very important thoroughfare through the city of West Allis, there's a lot of business owners along there that are going to definitely be in for some hard times. It's not going to be easy to get to their businesses, but I want everyone out there watching and those of you in the audience to remember that those businesses have been here for a long time, and we need to make sure that we are finding our way to them so that they can stay here. This is a really devastating thing to the businesses to not have a ready access to their customer base and to have that customer base have an easy, accessible way to those businesses. So try to remember that as we head into the construction season. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman May?
I just wanted to send a commendation for our West Allis Police Department. A couple weekends ago, there was an incident on the west end of the city where there was a shooting at a business, and our police department responded so quickly that they caught the individual driving away just 3 blocks away. I think that's absolutely phenomenal response time. They've been dealing with a lot of issues in the city as of late, and one of the consistent things I hear from our residents is they're always there. They always show up on time. They're not waiting hours. Our constituents are waiting just a matter of minutes for our police department to respond. So I want to thank Chief Mitchell and the police department for their phenomenal work.
Thank you. Any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick?
I move for approval of the minutes of the Common Council regular meeting of March 6th, 2018.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Probst. Is there any discussions or any alterations to the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Move to item J, items not referred to committee. Alderman Lysick?
Mayor Devine,
Alderperson Probst?
this is a resolution of commendation for Alderperson Kathleen M. Probst. Whereas Alderperson Kathleen M. Probst is resigning as Alderperson of the 2nd District as of March 31st, 2018, after 6 years of aldermanic service to the city of West Allis. And whereas Alderperson Probst has served as Vice Chairman of the Safety and Development Committee, as a member of the Advisory Committee, the Board of Public Works, and the Administration and Finance Committee during her 6 years of service. And whereas Alderperson Probst also served as a member of the Library Board and served on the City Schools Cooperative. And whereas Alderperson Probst has contributed to the city of West Allis and greater community throughout her entire public service career as an alderperson and as a teacher at Nathan Hale High School. And whereas Alderperson Probst collaboratively spearheaded the creation of the City of West Allis Neighborhood Small Grant Program, amendments to Ordinance 9.15 Sub 11, and creation of subsections 9.15 Sub 12, Sub 13, Sub 14, and Sub 15, relating to pawn shops, secondhand stores, secondhand jewelry dealers, and led the efforts to organize the McCarty-Dale Neighborhood Association. And whereas Alderperson Probst is deserving of special commendation for her years of service, now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of West Allis that Alderperson Kathleen M. Probst be and is hereby specially commended and congratulated for her dedication and service to the citizens of West Allis. Be it further resolved that the Common Council hereby extends to Alderperson Probst its best wishes for a successful and rewarding career as Youth Behavioral Specialist with Innovative Services Incorporated. I move for adoption of the resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Those of you that know me well know that I can be long-winded, but I won't be right now. I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to have served the residents of the 2nd District. You humble me with your choice and your selection 6 years ago to lead you forward, and we moved through some pretty difficult times here in West Allis. My second thank you would be to the employees of the City of West Allis. It's you guys that keep this place moving. We like to think we're in charge, but we can't do it without you. And I believe that I have worked as hard as I can to make sure that you are heard and that your thoughts and feelings have been brought forward and paid attention to, while keeping a careful eye on the taxpayers' bottom line. These are hard times that we are traveling through. So everybody has to deep breathe, do a lot of deep breathing, and bend at the knees a little bit so that you can handle some of the bumps that are definitely ahead. So thank you very much. I very much appreciate your support.
Okay, then back to item J. I'll ask for a motion to refer item 3 to the city attorney.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman May and a second by Alderman Barzak. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have no standing committee reports. We'll move to item L, which is a motion to reconsider.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Chaplesky.
I'd like to move item number 4, to move for consideration and take back to committee.
Do you want to do item
second
5,
it.
5-2 right away? And item 5 is different? Okay.
Yeah, it's different, yes.
All right. On item 4, we have a motion to send back to committee and a second, I think, already, or 2 seconds? I think Vitale seconded,
Yeah, I
okay.
did.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is sent back to committee. Item 5,
Mr. Mayor,
Alderman Vitale.
I would like to talk about the licensee for this applicant in reference of the votes that came out last time. Yeah, first of all, I mean, I don't know if we should make an motion for discussions. So I'll make a motion for reconsidering it. Mr.
Back to
Mayor.
committee.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Alderperson Ranky. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Vitale.
Yeah, I would like to talk about it. This young woman, she has 2 kids. She incurred 3 offenses, of course, OWI, which I feel was wrong for her to drink and driving and get in trouble. But anyway, it was almost 3 years ago. So the last one was in 2015, in February. She was operating without a license. The license have been revoked at that time. But I received a call from the companion, and they've been living together for 3 years. And what he said that she'd been a great mom. Again, they got a couple of kids, and where she works, most of the time she's a waitress. But a lot of time they need her to serve behind the bar. So what I see, have been an improvements. Like I said, I'm not very thrilled about the fact people in the past, for drinking and driving, But the fact it is, sometimes people, they do commit problems or crimes worse than I see on our records, really. The 3 WI offenses, which she said she was guilty about it, so she paid her fines. So the last one was the revocations of the license. So that's why I felt to the gentleman that he called me about it, he was very nice about it. They felt bad for what happened to her, and she felt bad just as well, but she went through a few years of dramas in her life, So many times people, they go on probations, if they commit crime worse than this. So that's what I felt to call for reconsideration, I believe that she's a straight woman, she's clean now, she's a good mom, I went and kind of stopped to the place where she lived. So that's why I feel kind of compassion about it, that she she needs a job. Because the place where she worked, they said, well, if you don't have the license, we won't be able to give you a job. So she got no choice. She got no job right now, and they got 3 kids, so they have a hard time. So that's the only reason I asked for reconsideration, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Vitale. The motion is to send this back to committee. Is there any other discussion?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman May.
I'm going to vote against this motion, and I'll be very quick with this. Our city has a policy, 3 strikes, you're out. If you've had 3 OWIs that are 15 to 20 years or older, we may allow it. But this person has them all within the last 5 to 6, not all of them, the last one was within the last 5 to 6 years. And so as a matter of policy, this individual can still bartend, but they have to do it underneath the tutelage or the oversight of another bartender. So she can still get a job as a bartender under somebody else. And again, sticking with precedent, 3 strikes, you're out.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Alderman Vitale.
In fairness, we don't have a policy written, really. That's up to the council to go either way. It's not a written policy. I never heard that. So that's why I'd like to address that. That's up to the council to determine which way the council wants to follow. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, on the motion to send back to committee, I am going to apologize to our new clerk that I might call him Madam Clerk after 10 years of saying Madam Clerk. I will try my best to say Mr. Clerk. Please
Call me Stephanie if you choose.
Steve, please call the roll.
Sure. Barzak.
No.
Shaplesky.
No.
Haas.
No.
Lasik.
No.
May.
No.
Probst.
No.
Ranky.
No.
Rote.
No.
Vitale.
Well, I'll vote no. I mean, what choice I have, really? I mean, that's better go the same route. All 10 voting against it.
Weigel.
No.
10 noes.
Motion fails.
Let's be nice about it.
Storm to the
Divine.
windmill.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
Second.
There's a motion with a second by Alderperson Ranky. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are in recess.